Hello everybody, and today we're going to be talking about Pythagorean Theorem story problems. So these are going to be story problems that involve using the Pythagorean Theorem for the most part. My suggestion with these is to draw a picture of whatever it's describing, because that's usually the biggest issues that students have. Again, when we're using the Pythagorean Theorem, they're always going to involve some kind of right triangle, right? And you have your legs, and you have the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always that longest side that's opposite the right angle. And the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, that's the kind of things we've been going over the last couple days. So, to do a story problem involving this, we basically are going to be given two of these values, and we just have to solve for what's left here. Okay? So, let's look at some examples. So, first one, the bottom of a ladder must be placed 3 feet from a wall. The ladder is 12 feet long. How far above the ground does the ladder touch the wall? So, here's my wall right here, and I'm, quite the artist, so, there's my wall. And the ladder needs to be placed 3 feet from the wall, right? And here's my gorgeous ladder. There's, Mr. Anderson on the ladder. He, of course, has an ice cream cone on the ladder with a balloon as well, Got to make this believable, my drawing here. And the ladder is 12 feet long, so this length is 12 feet. Okay? So, again, walls are straight up and down, right? If we're placing it, this would be my 90-degree angle. So, if I'm trying to figure out where it touches the wall, like how tall it goes up, I don't know this side. This is my wall here. I need to know this length right here, from there to there. So, I can set this up using Pythagorean Theorem, right? This would be like A, and then I know B and C. So I would plug those numbers in, so I don't know my question mark. We'll call it A. A squared plus B squared is 3, so 3 squared would equal C squared, so 12 squared. And then when we square those, I don't know what A squared is yet, but 3 squared is 9, and 12 squared is 144. So then I would just minus the 9 to each side. Gives me A squared is equal to 135, and then the last step would be to square root both sides. This is usually the step students forget on the Pythagorean Theorem. So in my calculator, I would do the square root of 135, and it gives me the little radical thing, right? I need to convert that to a decimal, so I'm going to convert the decimal, and what does it say? Be sure to label and leave answers in the exact simplified form. So, the exact simplified form would be this, but I think we're going to have you round to the nearest tenth. So, I'm going to write both answers down. So, A could equal 3 square root of 15, but I'm sure this is the answer we're going to be looking for, is 11.61 would round to just 6. Okay, and that would be your answer. 11.6. So it's 11 feet and 6 inches, or actually it wouldn't be exactly 6 inches, 0.6 of a foot. Yeah. And that would be your answer, 11.6 feet. Okay, let's try another one. So, how far from the base of your house do you need to place a 15-foot ladder so that it exactly reaches the top of your 12-foot wall? So here's my house. It's a crooked house, evidently. It leans to one side. There I am on the roof with my ice cream cone. It's 2 scoops. My balloon's, up there too. Okay, there I am. Okay, so how far do I need? The house is 12 feet tall, so I know this is 12 feet. I know my ladder, here's my gorgeous ladder right there. It is 15 feet. I need to figure out how far I would place it to reach the top there. Okay, so let's look at this. So I know A, I'm missing B. B is my question mark, right? Because this is my 90-degree angle. And that is my longest side. So set it up, it would be 12 squared plus B squared. And this is, you could call it A or B. It doesn't really matter, right? This side, it doesn't matter what you call it. So don't worry about that. And then equals 15 squared. 12 squared, as we know already, is 144. And B squared, I don't know yet. 15 squared is 225, I believe, but double checking. Yeah, 225. 225. Then, minus the 144 to each side. Minus 144 gives me B squared is equal to a number, which is 81. Ooh, this will be nice. And then last step would be to square root both sides, and B is going to equal 9. So 9 feet would be my answer. Okay, not too tough, right? Again, just normal Pythagorean Theorem problems. It really helps to visualize. I mean, you don't have to be as amazing an artist as I am while you're doing it, but visualizing it does help, right? I mean, there's only so many artists as good an artist as I am. Like, look at this masterpiece right here. It's about as masterpiece as you can get, right? Okay, let's look at another example. So, let me readjust my document camera here. Okay, so this one. The diagonal of a rectangle is 25 inches. The width is 15 inches. What is the area of the rectangle? So, again, area of a rectangle, if you don't remember, is just base times height. Whatever or the width times height, basically. So let's figure this out. Here's my rectangle, and here I am off to the side with my ice cream cone. I'm going to do let's do 4 scoops this time. 4 scoop ice cream cone. I went and got back more scoops, and there's my balloon. Okay, and here's my rectangle. I know the diagonal is 25 inches, so that's going to be 25 inches. And the width, that's your lengthwise, right, would be 15. It doesn't really matter which one you put it on, honestly, because you're going to get the same answer for your missing side. So I need to figure out the height, basically. I know the base is 15. I need to figure out the height. So I need to figure out that side. Again, this is just a right triangle, right? These are my legs. That's my hypotenuse, or the longest side. So to set it up, it would be like A squared plus 15 squared equals 25 squared. Okay? And I don't know A squared yet. Plus 15 squared is 225. And 25 squared is a number, 625. And then you'd minus 225 to each side, which would be 400. And then you square root both sides. So the square root of 400 is just 20. So A, or the other side, is just going to be 20 inches is the measurement those are in. So this is equal to 20, basically. I probably messed up those. Okay, that actually is not my answer that it wants, though, right? It wants to know what the area of the rectangle is. So now that I know this is 20, I know that it's the base times height, so 15 times 20. 15 times 20 is 300. So the area is going to be 300 inches squared. And that would be my answer. Voila! What time are we at? 9. I'll do one more. Uno más. So on the next page, let's do number 7 here. Okay. Area of a square is 81 centimeters. Find the perimeter of a square. Not really sure why this is with the Pythagorean Theorem, because it's not, but Okay, well, let's figure this out. So here's my square. Squares have the same length on each side, right? There's my square. There I am with my ice cream cone down to 1 scoop, and my balloon has popped. Okay, so the area of all this is 81 centimeters squared. So again, to find the area of a square, it's just the length times the height, or base times height, right? And since all the sides of a square are the same, it's just the one number times by itself. So basically, whatever this is, and times whatever that is, they're the same number, right? So whatever x squared is equals 81. Well, I've done this before this year, right? This is where you have to square root both sides to get the x by itself. Square root of x squared is just x, and the square root of 81 is 9. So each side has a length of 9. Okay, so x equals 9. So to find the perimeter, I just need to add up all 4 sides. Since this is a square, I know all sides are going to be the same. So it would just be 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9, or 9 times 4, which is 36 centimeters, and you're done. Okay, that's all you're doing today. So if you have any questions or concerns, oh, and it does ask for the area of a triangle somewhere, yeah. So area of a triangle is just 1/2 base times height. So, or base times height divided by 2, however you want to write it. So that's a triangle. Okay. If you have any concerns or questions, ask your teachers. We're here to help. We want to help. You just got to ask us. So I will see you out there someday.